What's up guys, it's Project bringing you guys a small tips video on how to be a scumbag. Well, not really a scumbag, more of a scoomer, a save scoomer. Yes, my Neo fans will know all too well about this method. It is save scumming. A talisman grind for Rise requires lots and lots of monster parts put into the melting pot, but this requires dozens upon dozens of hunts, which for some people, they can't farm them efficiently in sub 3 to 4 minute times to make it a worthwhile means to an end. For those average players, it could take weeks to months before you see a good charm, and you'd likely burn out from the mercy of RNG. Well, basically this method will allow you to endure that journey all the same, but saves you a ton of materials and doesn't require any skill, and is probably faster than manually farming to boot. Save scumming is simply saving your game before doing an action, and if after the action you do not like your results, you simply quit the game without saving, relog back in, and end up where you were before you did those actions, essentially saving you the bad RNG, and you repeat this till you get the results you like. However, for charm save scumming, it is slightly more complex. So let's begin. The first step you need to do is turn off autosave in the settings. This is turned on by default, meaning every action you do, it'll autosave, thus always lock you to a point after every major action. This includes melding and forging as well. By turning it off, this lets you decide when to save and when not to. In case you do something or forge a weapon you ended up not liking, then you could simply quit the game without saving, and upon return, you'll be back at the point before you forged the weapon or melded the talismans. That is essentially save scumming. It's basically like a reroll, except you start at the last point you save the game at. So for the talisman method today, turn off autosave. That is step 1. Step 2 is to hard save right after. This will create a save state at your current point in the game. You have to save here because you need to save the fact that you turn autosave off. Otherwise, upon return from quitting the game, it'll turn autosave back on. So, turn autosave off, then hard save, and now the real loop method begins. Step 3. The process is simple. Go to the melding cat, meld your talismans using materials. You can go with either mystery, rebirth, or even moonbow, but you must stick to one category for the course of the method to work. But for today, I'll show mystery. Personally, I craft 3 total talisman slots for the Scoomer method. You can go to 5 or even the full 10 slots. However, if the point of the method is to save mats, then less is more, as if you did get a good god charm, but spent 10 slots to get one single good charm, well, you'd waste all those mats for essentially the same way we're gonna get the god charm, except I used 3 times less mats than you did. So I recommend doing no more than 5 melding slots at a time. From here, we go to Itsuchi for the shuffle method, which is basically we fight Rajang, we die to him, and each time we fail the quest, which has a 1 death fail, we speed up the melding process to complete 1 meld each time we fail the quest. This also works for speeding up the Argosy or Meowcenaries as well. So pick Rajang arena quests, pick the HBG loadout as gunners have less defense, meaning you'll die faster, and start the quest. Upon entry, hit ZL plus A at a slightly left angle. You want to avoid getting the spear bird as it'll buff your health and defense, which you don't want. So if you use the wire bug right, you should fly off the edge and then basically go to Rajang. He'll roar, you can just stand still, and he'll 2-shot you. And you successfully done the Rajang method. Now, it is very important to not hit A at all on the fail screens, as his save option always pops up. So to avoid hitting it by mistake, simply spam the B button and it'll ignore the save and put you back at the hub. You'll notice a 1 out of 3 melding complete on the right there. And basically you repeat this quest 2 more times, fighting Rajang, dying to him in sub 30 seconds, and smashing B to avoid saving on the failed quest pages. And after the 3rd failed quest, all the meldings will be complete, and it is time to check out your charms. Now this is where the method splits into 2 paths, Path A and Path B. So Path A, if you get the charm you want, you win! Yay! Now save the game and enjoy your new awesome charm. But if all the melding charms were duds, however, Path B is the next step, step 4. Take all the junk talismans, and this time we don't save. In fact, you quit the game. It'll ask if you want to save and quit. Say no by pressing B once. It'll then say
Quit game without saving ?
Now you hit yes, and it'll quit to the main menu without saving, and from here you load your save back up, and voila, you relog back in at the point you saved just before I told you to turn off autosave earlier. This means that the mats you just wasted are all back as well, so you went back in time to the past, see? However, this doesn't randomize the melding. The future will be the same if you did the same exact thing I told you just before, with the melding 3 talismans, dying to the monkey, and then collecting the talismans at the end. So this is where the final trick to shuffle your talisman table to randomize it begins. This time you will craft a singular talisman, just one, not even the full 3, so just 150 points worth of mats. Usually 2 75 points will do, or 3 50-point mats will do, and done. Now, you do the same exact shuffle method with Rajang, but this time you only do it once. You get killed, do not save, and return to the hub. Your talisman will be done, to which you take it, and once you do that, you save and quit the game this time. And this is what actually randomizes the next batch of talismans, because the system will note that you crafted on the current table, and upon re-entry, will force put you onto another table. So that's why you had to do the 1 talisman craft step. But yeah, that is the whole process. Upon returning to the game this time, you repeat the steps from before where you batch crafted, step 3. And this time, the next batch of talismans will be randomized. And boom, as you can see, I even got lucky with a nice attack and bludgeoner charm, which was a totally different talisman group than the one I had gotten prior, right? Now, if you didn't get so lucky, again, you'd repeat step 4 again, and then into step 3 after. So you basically alternate between step 3 and 4, back and forth, till you land a good charm. Once you get that god charm, you save your game and, well, you go back to step 3. So that's how you reroll your charms without wasting all your mats, and that's the video. Congratulations, you've mastered the art of save scumming. Welcome to the Scum Gang, Hunter. So yeah, this method should be faster than hunting the monster over and over for parts naturally, with the only loss being 2 to 3 parts per randomize. Of course, you will need a bit of a surplus of mats to start up this method, to which Narwa and Basilgeese are the best and fastest farms for parts, aside Rampage, but it's Rampage, so yeah. Whichever you can hunt fastest, get some parts, and then start save scumming. Hopefully this helps some of you get better charms more easily. Now, whether this will be patched or not from Capcom, I don't know. The only way I can see them counteracting it is by locking the game to autosave always. But hey, that's why I'm showing you now to do it now, before the next update potentially kills the method. Either way, I thought it'd be neat info to know whether you want to try it or not, cause trust me, people are definitely doing this. I'm still hunting for a Constitution talisman for my bow builds, but hopefully I'll get it faster now from this method. If you found the method helpful and are now a Scoomer, leave a like on the video, and if you want to see more scummy tips like this and builds in the future, subscribe for more Scum Gang epicness.